Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know I of course am the FPL train. Well, in today's video I'm going to be revealing my team selection for game week 23. Now, ahead of this game week, I've not got one, I've not got two, but 3 transfers I have available to me for game week 23, and I plan on using all of them. I've got an idea who I want, and I'm going to obviously talk about it a little bit later as to why I'm going to pick those players. But, of course, before I show you what I'm planning on doing, let's look at 22. Now, 54 points overall in game week 22. Gotta say, that is not the worst score in the world. The average is 46. I got a green arrow, which is the most important thing. It wasn't a big one, but it was a green arrow, I guess. So, I'll definitely be taking it. So, 54 points was the total. My goalkeeper then was Martinez, obviously, as always. Only got 2 points, but let's face it, nobody was anticipating Aston Villa getting a clean sheet against Arsenal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was praying for a 0-0, but it wouldn't happen. They drew 2-2, and he did get a save point at the lead. So instead of having 1, he got 2. My back 3 then, so Colwill dropped to the bench. He was originally starting for me, so that meant Rico Lewis came in for me. So at least Chelsea you conceded, so I didn't miss out there. But Rico Lewis, a player that's been frustrating for me now. So that's the last 2 league games. He hasn't started for Man City, and obviously the game against Ipswich was a real kicker because Man City won 6-0, so I missed out on a clean sheet there. So really frustrating that he didn't start, and it's making me think now might be the right time to possibly just get rid of Rico Lewis. Even though Kyle Walker is leaving Manchester City, I'm a bit worried that Rico Lewis still didn't start even though Walker isn't there. So Robinson also did start for me. What's the performance from him? Yet again, may I add. 8 points against Leicester City. We kind of anticipated him getting a clean sheet. He did get the clean sheet, and he even came away with a couple of bonus points on top of that, even though, he didn't get any assists in that game, which is quite remarkable, really. So he didn't get an assist. He just got the clean sheet, but he still came away with 2 bonus points, so 8 points for him. And then lastly, I had, Lewis Hall, who got me 4 points in the end, which I'm definitely taking because, one, obviously Newcastle got battered 4-1 in the end. He only was on that game for 2 goals to concede. He actually went off after the 65th minute, which was, lucky because he only then lost 1 point for conceding just 2 goals, should I say. And of course, that 1 goal, Newcastle did score. He did, in fact, get an assist. So definitely take that. Midfield-wise then, so obviously the reason probably I'd say why I have got a green arrow is definitely thanks to Emmanuel or Smith Rowe. I was going to say Emmanuel there, it's not his name. Emil Smith Rowe. 11 points for him against Leicester City. Absolutely buzzing about that. He only played 79 minutes, but he still managed to get 1 goal in that game. Obviously got the clean sheet point, and he came away with all 3 bonus points. So really happy with that. I had 2 Fulham assets, and I got 5 bonus points from them both. So buzzing about that. So he came away with 11 points for me. That was absolutely incredible. Really happy that I've kept him for this fixture because it looks like he could be leaving my team very shortly. But anyways, after that then, so I've got Cole Palmer, who was my captain for this game week. Bit of a naff one for captains, really, wasn't it? So obviously, a lot of people either went for Salah, who blanked, or Cole Palmer, who, for me, unfortunately, did blank. Which was a bit frustrating because obviously it was the last fixture and I was really hoping. Obviously, the biggest worry as well at the time was, will Cole Palmer start? He didn't train right towards the end before, the game. He did start, and he didn't get any goals and assists, so I only got 4 points from him, which is a bit frustrating. Morgan Rogers, disappointed to only get the 1 point from him, but of course he just had to get himself yellow carded. Salah also got, also blank, should I say, only got 3 points, so yeah, you could say I was a bit lucky really, because, they won 2-0. Liverpool did against Brentford right at the end as well. And the fact that he didn't get any of those goals or assists, I definitely got lucky about it. So thankfully, he did actually blank that game week. And then finally, Eze. Since I've brought Eze in, he is in game week 19, and he has been absolutely incredible. So game week 19, he got 10 points. Game week 20, he got 5 points. And the last 2 game weeks, 21 and 22, he's come away with 6 points each. So the guy is literally had a return for me every game week since I brought him. So yeah, he's been absolutely incredible for me. So really, really happy with that. So yeah, he did get the assist, well, one of the assists in the 2-0 win for Crystal Palace against West Ham. And he didn't get a bonus point, sorry, he got a clean sheet point as well. So came away with 6 points there. So really happy that I've brought him into my team. And then finally, my front two strikers, both of them, in fact, did quite well for me. So Erling Haaland, I've never been more disappointed in a player, even though he scored for me finally. I mean, goals seem to be hard to see at these days from him, but he did get a goal. But the fact that Manchester City won 6-0, 6-0, and he only got one goal I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. So, yes, he got me 6 points, but I kind of expected him to get you 30 points when they've won 6-0. So that was surprising, but anyway, I'll take the goal because he's been awful quite for some time now. And then Ollie Watkins, I mean, definitely happy about this guy getting me 8 points there. So Arsenal was a tough fixture. He got the equalising goal. He came off after 79 minutes as well, because that was my big worry. Was Duran going to start in this game? Because now he's available for the league after being sent off. He is available. He didn't start, and Watkins didn't play 46 minutes or 60 minutes like he had been before this whole issue of Duran and getting rotated with him. He played 79 minutes, got a goal, and he got 2 bonus points on top of that. So really happy with that performance from him as well. So yeah, definitely happy with the fact that I got a green arrow, 54 points. I'll definitely take that. Moving forward then onto game week 23, and like I said at the start of the video, I have 3 transfers for this game week, and I do plan on making all 3. Not officially made any yet, but I've got plans to make all 3 transfers. So starting us off then, goalkeeper wise, of course, it's going to be Martinez because he's my only starting goalkeeper. He's got West Ham United at home. I don't know what to make of this one, to be honest. If I'm being honest, I'll be disappointed if he doesn't get a clean sheet in this one, even though Aston Villa are shocking at the back. West Ham don't really have a striker that I'll be worried about, but the fact is, I wouldn't be surprised at the same time I do concede, just because of how my luck has been with having him, but I still expect him to get a clean sheet. It will be a back 3 again, so this time you can see the first change that I've made, and that is bringing in Virgil van Dijk. Now the reason why I want to bring in Virgil van Dijk is he's got Ipswich at home, game week 23. Obviously, you've just seen the performance that, Man City have just given against Ipswich. You kind of think, oh, now they've got Liverpool. Could Liverpool do the same? That's not really my thinking exactly. It's more the fact that game week 24, Liverpool have got double game week. They've got a nice game week in game week 23 against Ipswich. It just feels like it makes sense to have Virgil van Dijk. Now, I could have got Trent Alexander-Arnold with the 3 transfers that I've made. Well, could possibly make. I have enough money to get him in. But the fact is, I want to make another transfer in game week 24 possibly, and I can't really do that if I get in Trent. And also the fact is rotation. Trent's got a more chance of being rotated with Conor Bradley. Virgil van Dijk's played every minute in every game in the Premier League so far this season. So for sure, I want Virgil van Dijk in. So he is the first transfer I'm looking at bringing in. Of course, that means somebody's got to go. And in my eyes, it's going to be Rico Lewis. I mentioned last 2 games, he's not played now in the league for Man City, which is a worry. And then after that, going forward, they've got likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs, Nottingham Forest and Brighton all to come. So for me, I feel like my time with Rico Lewis is now come to an end. My other starting centre-half, well, defender should I say, is, Lewis Hall. Outstanding player. Southampton away, I kind of expect a clean sheet there, for being honest. I'd be shocked if I wasn't to get one. And then finally, I've got Anthony Robertson starting for me. He's got Man United at home. Don't know what to make of this one, if I'm being honest, but I've got to start him because I don't fancy Colwell getting a clean sheet against Man City. So I'm going for Robinson. But, I'm surely you're expecting a reaction from Man United after losing yet again. But we'll have to see how it goes. But at the end of the day, Robinson has been quality. But he is somebody I've got my eye on getting rid of just because of Wolves' fixtures now at the end of the season. Oh, sorry, not Wolves. Fulham's fixtures towards now and the end of the season, they're not good at all, if I'm being honest. So he's not going yet, but I've got more on getting rid of him. But for now, just because I don't know what Man United will turn up, I'm going to gamble and I'm going to start with Robinson. So with my midfield, then it's going to be a 5-man midfield yet again. And you can see the second transfer I'm planning on doing. And that is taking Smith Rowe out, which I've literally just mentioned. Robinson, our Fulham fixtures are not good now to the end of the season pretty much. So I've decided after that great haul of points for him, now it's the time to bow out with Smith Rowe and to bring in Anthony Gordon, who's got Southampton away. Is that the reason why I brought him in? You're damn right it is, Southampton away. Now, I could have brought in a Liverpool midfielder, perhaps like a Luis Diaz, but I can't guarantee he's going to start both games, if I'm being honest, which is a problem. It is a problem, but at the same time, should I bring him in? Because he's got Ipswich, and then he's got Wolves after the double game week in 24, so 4 nice fixtures for Luis Diaz, possibly. It's an head scratcher, I'll give you that, because you look at, Newcastle's fixtures got Fulham and Man City 24 and 25, which is a lot tougher. But the fact is, Southampton away, I do like that one. I'd rather have Southampton away than Ipswich at home, which is a tough one. It is, but I can't guarantee Diaz will start. I can guarantee Anthony Gordon will start. So at the minute, I'm playing with him to start. It's not official yet, because again, you got like the Spurs. They've got Leicester City at home in this game week, so would I want a Spurs attacker for that one? It's worth looking at. And then also Arsenal, they've got Wolves away. And then yes, they've got a tough one in 24, it's Man City. But then 25 and 26 is Leicester and West Ham. So it's a big decision to go with Anthony Gordon when he's got Southampton now. Then he's got Fulham, which is a bit trickier. Man City, Forest, Liverpool to come after that. So this could be a short-term buy. But I want him for Southampton away. I'm not going to lie. So obviously after that there, you got Morgan Rogers, West Ham at home. I mean, I hope he gets a goal and not a yellow card, put it that way. That's the biggest frustration with him so far I've had this season. He just keeps getting yellow cards. But we'll see how it goes. West Ham, they're vulnerable. I can see goals. But now I've said that, he'll probably blank. Mo Salah's going to be my captain then. Obvious for this game week. Parma's got Man City away. Ipswich at home, you just see goals really, don't you? So you can't not go for Salah as captain ahead of this game week. So that, for me, is the only possibility that I fancy. Eze, he's got Brentford at home. Not the easiest fixture, but they are at home. And Brentford do leak in goals, so we'll see how that one goes. And of course, like I just mentioned, Cole Palmer is away to Man City. Former club, might score against them to be fair. We'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, I'm not so sure he's going to do well, but he can't be my captain for this game week. We'll have to see. But, well, I don't know. I just said we have to see. He's definitely not going to be a captain for this game week, but we'll see how he gets on. Hopefully he does get a couple of goals, though. Finally, then, onto my forwards, and I guess this is the big one. A massive, probably, surprise or not. It's up to what you guys think, but I've taken Erling Haaland out of my team, finally. It was a big decision, but I've finally decided to get rid of him, which now officially means, because I've taken out possibly Rico Lewison as well, I have no Man City players going forward. Now, the reason why I'm taking Haaland out is, one, he's been poor for quite some time. Yes, he's got a goal against Ipswich. He got a goal, obviously, against Leicester. And, obviously, he got 2 goals against, West Ham. So, that's, 4 goals in the last 4 games, which is not the worst. But there's something about the fact that he just didn't get involved enough. Man City haven't been great. Yes, they won 3 out of the last 4. But there's something seems to be missing from Man City. And the games they've won, Leicester, West Ham and Ipswich. The games they've got coming, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs, Nottingham Forest, Brighton. That ain't great. So I don't really fancy having him, if I'm being honest. So I've decided now is the time to get rid of him, to be honest. So at this moment in time, the player coming in is, of course, Isak of Newcastle. It's a decision I've decided to make. Will I follow through with it? I'm sure I will, because they've got Southampton away. So that means I have both Gordon and Isak for that fixture, which is obviously phenomenal. Solanke's out for Spurs, so he's out the window, having him for Leicester, which was in my possible plans to do. So that means I could either go for Isak or Havertz. Those are the 2 I'm thinking of. Who do I go for? So one's got Southampton away, one's got Wolves away. So you can see the dilemma. The fact is, though, Newcastle then have Fulham in game week 24, whereas Man City is Arsenal's for game week 24. So that is the reason why I'm edging towards Isak. 2 fixtures in a row, he has the better 2. Obviously, I kind of want Havertz in my team. I do. I can't get him in at the moment. I might have to bring him in for game week 25. At that point, Newcastle will have the likes of Man City, whereas he will have Leicester City. So I'll probably have to do that for game week 25 instead. So for now, I'm thinking about keeping Isak Well, going with Isak ahead of Kai Havertz. There's nobody else really out there that I want. You can look at possible Everton, the fact they've got the double game in 24, but one of them's against Liverpool. I know people are thinking Calvert-Lewin already because he's scored a goal for David Moyes, but Calvert-Lewin probably go a goal. Won't score again probably now until game week 35. That's the kind of player he is, so I don't want to go near him. Liverpool's attackers, I mean, Jota's always rotated. Nunes is always rotated. I'm not going near it, to be honest. Yeah, it could. It's a gamble that could obviously pay off, but it's just I'd rather go for a player that I know will start, and Isak definitely will start, and so will Havertz. So that is what I'm thinking. So the 3 transfers I'm looking to make are Virgil van Dijk for Rico Lewis, Anthony Gordon for Smith Rowe, and Isak for Erling Haaland. So those are 3 players, which leaves me then with 1 million in the bank. Something to think about there for game week 24. Liverpool have a double game week in game week 24. So I could either, this might seem crazy. I mean, how much is the Liverpool manager? Is he 1.5 or 1 million? If he's 1 million, I probably could get a slot in, but he's got a tough fixture, but he's got that double game week. He's somebody I'm looking at, but what I'm really looking at possibly doing is taking Anthony Robinson out and bringing another Liverpool defender in, possibly. Obviously, these transfers aren't confirmed. They could change their mind by then. Just don't know. So, at this moment in time, those are 3 transfers I'm thinking about doing. We're possibly making and getting another Liverpool player in for game week 24 for that double game week. So, that's how the team's looking at this moment in time. Obviously, it could change by the deadline, but for now, quite happy with how this team actually does look, to be fair. Like, defensive-wise, I'm more happy than I've been for a long time. I don't know if it's the fact that I've got Virgil back for now. Obviously I've not made that transfer yet, but it looks good on paper. Fingers crossed, though, I do really, really well in game week 23. So that is the team then for game week 23, possibly. Let me know what you think of this team. Let me know what you think of the transfers that I'm thinking about making. Who am I missing? Who should I be going for? Let me know what you think I should be doing. Let me know what you guys are doing ahead of game week 23 as well. Before you go as well, please do not forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.